All right, today we're stepping into what is essentially mission control for some seriously high-stakes Hyper-V deployments. So if you've ever found yourself working in a secure, air-gapped environment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The pressure is just immense, right? There's no internet, you can't just Google a solution, you have no lifeline to the outside world. Every single command, every little piece of configuration, it has to be perfect. Because in a place like this, a simple mistake isn't just an error. It's a total mission failure.
Let's frame this up. Think of the modern data center as your theater of operations. And what's your mission? It's to deploy entire fleets of virtual machine clusters, and you've got to do it with absolute precision and speed. And the stakes? Well, they couldn't be higher.
You see, every single time an engineer has to manually provision this kind of infrastructure, they're basically navigating a minefield. I mean, one single typo in a config file, one wrong click, that's all it takes. Any of those tiny mistakes can trigger a whole cascade of failures and compromise the integrity of the entire operation before you've even gotten off the ground. And this is exactly where your new command and control center comes into play. We're talking about Create V. And look, this isn't just another tool you add to your toolbox. No, think of it as a dedicated mission control, specifically designed to orchestrate these complex deployments with absolutely flawless execution. So, what's the secret sauce here? Well, its core design philosophy is what's called offline first. The entire application, the whole thing, is a self-contained unit. It literally operates from a single, lightweight HTML file. This makes it just perfect for those air-gapped environments we were talking about. No internet? No problem at all.
And it gets better. Create V is a completely self-sufficient asset. It needs zero outside support. We're talking no installation, no external databases, no web servers. Nothing. You can literally carry your entire mission control center on a flash drive, ready to deploy on any machine at a moment's notice. It's the ultimate portable command post.
Now, the security implication here is absolutely critical. Create V is what we call stateless. What does that mean? It means it leaves no trace. The second you close that browser tab, the entire session, along with all your sensitive infrastructure plans, is just gone, wiped clean. This is huge because it ensures no critical intelligence, no blueprints are accidentally left behind on some host workstation. Okay, so with that background, let's dive into the planning phase. Let's see how a mission commander would actually go about designing their deployment.
And here it is. This is your flight deck. From this one single pane of glass, you have total command and control over your entire virtual fleet. You can see every single asset, you can see its configuration, and you can see the total resources that you've allocated for the mission. It's all about giving you complete situational awareness, right at your fingertips. The whole workflow is really streamlined for rapid planning. So first, you set your global parameters. Think of these as the landing zones for your VMs and their hard drives. Then, you start adding your assets. And here's the real game changer, the accelerator. Instead of building every single VM from scratch, you just assign it a role. These are pre-configured templates, all based on Microsoft best practices, that instantly set up a VM for a specific job, like being a SQL server or a domain controller. And of course, you can then fine-tune all the resources as needed. Create V also handles some pretty advanced combat scenarios. For instance, what if you need to run containers, like Docker, inside one of your VMs? That's called nested virtualization. And the analogy here is perfect. It's like launching a smaller carrier from your main one. Create V just handles all the complex PowerShell flags for you automatically. Or how about this one? What if you need to move a running VM between servers with different CPU hardware? That's where CPU compatibility comes in. It acts like universal landing gear, making sure that transfer is perfectly smooth, with no crash landing. Okay, but before we authorize a launch, right, every commander needs to be 100% sure their plan is solid. And this is where Create V really shines. It has built-in automated safety protocols. You can just think of them as mandatory pre-flight checks. So the first big safeguard is its idempotent engine. Now, what does that mean? It means if you accidentally run the same deployment script twice, it won't create a duplicate fleet and cause absolute chaos. Instead, the engine is smart. It recognizes the assets that are already there and just skips them. This ensures the mission always completes successfully without any friendly fire. And the second critical safeguard? That's the storage pre-flight check. Before it even thinks about creating a new virtual disk, it scans the target folder. And if it finds an old orphan file with the exact same name, a leftover from a previous mission, it will abort the creation of that specific VM. Why? To
to stop you from accidentally overwriting potentially critical data. It literally protects you from yourself. All right, the plan is locked in, the pre-flight checks are all green, it is time to execute the mission. With just a single click, Create V translates your entire visual plan into a neat set of launch orders. And this is so important. It's not some mysterious black box. What you get is a clean, human-readable power script. This means you, as the commander, can review and audit every single command before you give that final authorization. And launch is a go. The script just executes with total automated precision, building out the entire infrastructure exactly as you planned it. There's no human intervention needed at this point, which means there's zero chance for typos. Just flawless execution. But a successful mission isn't just about the launch. It's about being able to learn from it and repeat it. So let's take a look at the debriefing process. So the moment the deployment is complete, a super detailed log file is automatically generated. You can think of this as your official after-auction report. Every single step that was taken, every resource that was created, it's all documented for auditing, for review, and for your own future reference. And this is maybe one of the coolest parts. For future operations, you can export your entire fleet design as a single JSON file. And this file, it basically becomes your reusable mission blueprint. So if you need to deploy the exact same infrastructure, maybe in a completely different theater of operations, you just import the blueprint and you are ready for instant redeploying. It's that simple. So all of this really brings us to a final, pretty critical question. We all know your infrastructure is mission critical. I mean, that's a given. But when you take a hard look at your current processes, can you honestly say the same thing about your deployment strategy?